All right, let's dive into the powerful themes of the novel Bitter Water. This is a story about a dying man, a landscape on the brink of profound change, and the almost impossible choices a family has to make when their entire legacy hangs in the balance.
The whole story takes place in California's Salinas Valley, and right away you can tell the land itself is a major character. I mean, what a way to describe it. It's this idea that the valley can be your escape, or it can be your prison. It all just depends on your point of view.
And this is the story's central metaphor, the Salinas River. In the summer, you'd think it's gone, right? But it's not dead. It just goes underground. It's still there, still flowing. You just can't see it. And that is the key to understanding our protagonist, Jonas Harden.
So yeah, that's really the heart of it. You've got these three things happening all at once. A man's personal decline, the valley's massive transformation, and this family that's just caught right in the middle. That's the collision point where this story really lives.
Okay, so let's meet the man at the center of this storm, Jonas Harden. He's 66, and his entire life, his whole identity, is wrapped up in this 1,800-acre ranch. His grandfather settled it. For Jonas, this isn't just property, it's in his blood.
And then the news hits. Pancreatic cancer. It's terminal. But Jonas, being the kind of man he is, doesn't really fall apart. He just accepts it. But that knowledge, as the book puts it, is like a stone dropped in a well. It's there, deep down, changing everything, forcing him to think about what he's leaving behind.
So how do you even begin to tell your family something like that? Especially when they're already scattered to the winds. His three kids are living in completely different worlds, and none of them are on the ranch anymore. They've all gone their own way.
First up, you've got Thomas, the oldest. He's the big city success story in San Francisco, working in finance. But that connection to the land, it's gone. To him, the ranch has become an asset. It's just a number on a spreadsheet waiting to be calculated.
Then there's Michael. He was supposed to be the one to take over. He loved the ranch. He understood it. But he went off to fight in Vietnam, driven by this quiet sense of duty. And now, who knows what a war like that does to a person, or if he can ever truly come back to this life.
And finally, there's Catherine. She's really the anchor of the family, the one who stayed close. She has this quiet way about her, and she understands her father without him even needing to say a word. She knows he doesn't need to be fixed. He just needs someone to be there with him.
Okay, so let's pull the camera back a bit, because this family's crisis isn't happening in a vacuum. The entire Salinas Valley is at its own crossroads. It's 1967, and huge outside forces are closing in. Change is coming, and it's coming fast.
And this really shows you the two worlds that are colliding. On one side, you've got the farmer's valley. It's all about soil, seasons, what you leave behind for the next generation. And on the other, the developer's valley. Lots, price points, profit. One side sees a home, the other sees a subdivision called Greenfield Estates.
And that quote, man, it just nails it. This progress that's coming, it isn't evil. It's just impersonal. It's hungry, like a fire. It needs fuel to burn. And the old way of life is that fuel. And you can't really ask a fire to feel bad about what it burns, can you?
Now, we've got to be clear, this has a real human cost. This isn't just about losing some old-timey charm. Land taxes are skyrocketing, squeezing out families who've been farming for generations. And at the exact same time, you've got this massive movement with Cesar Chavez, with migrant workers fighting for basic human dignity.
Which brings everything right back to Jonas. See, his decision isn't just about what to do for his kids anymore. It's about this whole community, this whole way of life. He's facing a choice where no matter what he does, someone is going to lose.
And that's the big question at the center of all this, isn't it? What does fair even mean in a situation like this? Does it mean chopping everything up into 3 equal pieces? Or does it mean protecting something bigger, even if it doesn't look fair on paper?
You can almost see Jonas working through the moral math in his head. Okay, step 1. Split the ranch 3 ways. Seems fair. But step 2. He knows that'll force his kids to sell the developers. Step 3. That sale would completely erase another family's home. So he realizes fairness, it's not a solution, it's just a wish.
And this is where it gets really heavy, because we're talking about the Aguila family. They've lived and worked on this ranch for 3 generations. They don't have a deed or title, but their ownership is soaked into the soil itself. A sale would make them homeless, erasing a legacy just as deep as Jonas's own. So when Jonas finally passes away, the clock runs out. His kids are forced to come home, pulled out of their separate worlds, and now they're the ones who have to face the land, face each other, and face the unwritten future he has left in their hands.
And just look at how the brothers show up. Thomas comes down from San Francisco, ready to crunch the numbers and figure out the ranch's value. But then, something stirs in him, maybe a conscience he didn't know he had. And Michael comes back from the world of war, feeling this duty to the land, but so scarred by his experience that he's afraid he's not capable of running it.
So the burden just gets passed down. Jonas couldn't solve the problem, and now his kids are standing at that same impossible crossroads. There are no easy answers here, and every single path forward means losing something important.
But Jonas does leave them with one last piece of wisdom. He tells them not to get lost in arguments or calculations. His advice is simple: just work the land. He believes that if they get their hands dirty, the work itself will show them what to do. The answer isn't in their heads, it's in their hands.
And that's really the question that hangs in the air at the end. What is an inheritance, really? Is it a piece of land? Is it a bank account? Or maybe the true inheritance is just the weight of a difficult choice and having the character to make it. Thanks so much for digging into this with me.